everyone. We've had a really productive day today. Both John and I in very different roles. John has been working on getting all the gates onto the fence. So the big paddock gate, the little internal gates, and now he's building the divider in between this area here. And this means that tonight, this afternoon, the pigs who are stuck in the small area where their paddock got flooded are going to come out into their new paddock tonight. This afternoon. It's really happening. It's so exciting. They have no idea. We didn't tell them. So it's going to be a big surprise. And whilst John's been at that, I've been busy planting what feels like 1 million trees. So far, I think there's like 15 boree trees along here. I planted some borees out in Jackie's Lane. Planted some native gum trees out in Ellie's paddock. And I'm about to plant some grapevines in around our pergola area. I'm just torn because I've got one more really healthy looking boree that needs to go in the ground. And I promised it I will find a home for it today. I'm going to put it in the ground because, you know, they've been waiting patiently to flourish. You know, we participated in the Campaspe Shire Rural Tree Scheme, and on top of that, a friend of ours, her name is Deb as well, her sister also gave us some tube stock with the borees in it. And yeah, so it's really exciting. A lot of trees. They're really slow growers, which is a bummer because I'm so impatient. But the idea is that we can't plant directly in the paddock just yet because it'll slow down the process of getting the pigs out. We need them out ASAP because they're going crazy. So John will, once they're out, he'll build a boundary inside a tree guard area, and I'll pop in some plants inside that space. But for now, at least these trees, when they do grow nice and tall in 5 to 10 years time, they're like weeping trees, so they should weep over and provide shade, because unfortunately being on this side, the sun in the afternoon, the shade needs to come from that direction over there. So these won't be able to provide the shade. It won't throw the shade, but it'll literally hang over the fence and provide direct shade. So that'll be cool. And these little chickens, they found a hole in the fence. They've been coming out and just hanging out, canoodling in the long grass. And I mean that, like I caught them canoodling. Took a photo, got proof. Yeah, so we're gonna have to fix that hole because, yeah. Hi everyone. Just before we go, run over and see where John's up to with the fencing and the paddock. Just wanted to show how pretty these grapevines are that I've just I've just planted. So 4 posts. The outer 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's going to look really cool, and then it's going to creep up, obviously, and across. We'll have top beams on with some slats going across, and then it'll grow up and everywhere and provide some shade, and mostly just look really, really cool. A bit obsessed with grapevines. This is my dream right here. Always wanted a pergola with grapevines growing over it, and it's happening. So let's go check on what John's doing. Hey cutie pies! John's just going to grab a last bit of, well, wood, I guess, to cover a little gap. I have just very dodgily wired up a hole in the fence where the little fluffy bums, not these all fronds actually, but all the other fluffy bums, actually not him either, not Shantan, the little ones over there at the bowl. Oh, if I could hold my camera still, that would help. Yeah, they were just hopping through the hole. Oh, so I can't hold my camera still because there's just flies and mosquitoes all over me. And it doesn't matter if I've applied mosquito repellent 3 times and sprayed my clothing. They're still biting me. Anyway, hey lads. Try and hold it still. There's the 3. I'm trying to figure out who's... One at the back is Edward. The one here is Dougie. And then we have Benji. Whoops. With the dark head there. And then the taller of those 2 is Clark. Look at those fluffy bums. Oh, okay. I can't handle the flies. Hi, Farmer John. I asked him a really important question just now. Is this it?
I suppose so.
Oh my
We're going
gosh.
to find out what I've done wrong.
Oh yeah, well they'll tell us soon enough. So opened up the panels here. The whole paddock, both paddocks are ring locked, except for down that side. But that doesn't matter too much. The important thing is Jackie's Lane is mostly safe, and they should be safe from one another. So now all that needs to happen is we've got to go through here, take out, there's a little internal bit of metal door thing, and that's it. Well done.
Oh, we'll see.
Come on.
Let's see if it's successful.
Okay, well, we'll be back. I'm just over here letting you guys know that Farmer John's about to take the panel out and you can go running in a paddock. What do you reckon, Nucky? I don't think Jez really believes me. Jez, what do you think? Okay. Ollie, he believes me. He has full faith in me, don't you, dude? Do you want to go running in a paddock? Yeah, you want to go eat some grass? You're just waiting to be fed. My handsome lad. Hello. Titty. Whoop. Hi, Pumpkin. It's beginning, that sound over there. So I'll show you guys where this panel is. Whoa, if I can manage not to fall over. Hi, Pumpkin. So this is the panel. And once that's off, I open this gate and this is it. Who wants to go for a run? Pumpkin, 19-year-old darling, doll face. She ain't silly. But she knows the door's open. She's like, right, where does this tunnel lead me to? It's okay, it's all right, no. It's okay, Pumpkin. No, you can go back.
Come on, Pumpkin.
We may have to bring some food just to entice them through. Who wants to go for a run? Anyone?
We need to move the trough out.
Well, they might follow that. One way to get pigs to follow you is to move their food trough.
Hello, Nuck.
What do you think, Ollie? Dry ground, the opposite of a swamp. Oh, it's a bit low. Look, Ollie. This is your new paddock, buddy. How many acres do you think it is? 2 to 3 acres? Yeah, it goes up. You can't actually see how far from here. What do you guys think? Where's dear old Pumpkin? Oh, they must be so happy. They have only had that tiny little area for I don't know how many weeks now. 2, 3 weeks? It does feel like a lot longer. It might have been longer. Where are they all going? Jez is running. This is really cool. We actually didn't think it was going to happen today, did we?
No.
No.
I thought I'd be able to do a little bit.
Yeah, but you did it all.
Yeah.
You did it all. You need to do a song and dance.
Once you get started.
Well, that's it. We started a bit earlier today, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I would never we don't start early, but we started earlier, and it helps. You know, there are things that take place in the mornings. It's a long start to the day. It's brekkie, getting all the animals up, getting everyone fed, filling up everyone's water. It takes ages. Then we start the day. Oh, this is so cool. So this paddock here has been torn up by the piglets, but back there's a lane just there, and that's another whole end of the paddock that's just all grass, lucerne, whatever, and these guys can explore it. And yeah, I was saying earlier that we can't put trees in yet because it would delay them coming out, but if John builds over there a barricade, then I can hop in and plant some trees. But we might try and get some more established trees. Oh, and also we're going to put up shade sail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's going to get hot.
Yeah.
And we want them to be able to stay outside and have shelter and not always have to go back in. Yeah, this is cool. Seriously, these moments make us so happy. They're pretty cool, aren't they, Geraldine? Yes, they are. She wasn't really talking to me before. Now she's like, okay, I believe you. That's good. Nucky's already gone for a walk down further. I wouldn't say down the back. They haven't even explored the extent of their paddock yet. And this is now going to be permanently their new paddock. Oh, because, yeah, so paddock 1 with the 5, the big 5. And then paddock 2, Nina's 9, and Alfie, Portia and Dozer, and Patrick. And then the original, the OG, amazing 5-acre paddock. Months and months of waiting for it to recover. And then we're also, whilst it's recovering, we're going to plant a big forest of trees in the middle and barricade that as well. So that when whoever goes back into that paddock or goes into that paddock, eventually they're going to have like a little forest of trees in the middle they can hang out in, have shade, just because it's cool, whatever. You know, I think that's really awesome. Gives us an opportunity to actually work it. And then, yeah, I don't know. I guess there'll be room for more piggies to be rescued. Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, eventually maybe the 19, or what is it, 14 pigs might move into that big paddock. And then this might become a quarantine paddock or a paddock for newbies or a paddock for older pigs or whatever. Like we've got options now. It's really cool. Hi, Nina. I'm sure these guys are so happy.
Yeah, so it works out really well. So this paddock's got a plum trough.
Yep.
That paddock has a plum trough.
Yep.
So don't have to
All
worry
three of
about
them
the
have a
water.
plum trough. Yeah, that's really good. And you know, it's amazing because these guys, all of them, not all of them, almost all of them, sorry, were in a real spot of bother if they weren't rescued. So Nina and Patrick were dumped on a highway, right? In the bush next to a highway. Literally somebody had a crate and they took them down to the bush and they opened the crate and left them there to fend for themselves. Knuckleberry Finn here and Pumpkin were, you know, looking for a new home, and if they had a couple of weeks or they were going to be shot. It's like, oh well, either we can rehome them or boom, gone. These piglets, yeah.
And
Geraldine, she was at the pound. You know, she was potentially either going to be put down or sent to the knackery. They were talking about sending her to the knackery.
And then the fairy godmother contact.
Fairy godmother, Pam, from Edgar's. Yep, she went, no, you don't. And she picked her up and brought her straight to us because she's amazing. Ollie, he wasn't going to be, you just look, honestly, they were looking for a new home and you just don't know. He could have ended up in a home where he could have ended up on a plate. That's like 90% of people who have pigs, either A, they have them as pets and can't keep them. What's that face for?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, 90% have pets that they just, either they can't keep them for whatever reason. They grew too big, they keep getting out, they have behaviours that they, you know, didn't understand or whatever. I can see, yeah, ruining lawns, you know, whatever. But, you know, instead, these guys get to come here to safety and we literally just look after them forever. And all we want is for them to be happy. Whoever watched my video the other day knows that I went on a rant about people questioning us as a sanctuary. But I really don't need to worry because I know deep down what we do. And I know that these guys, you know, we've provided them a safe home. And a lot of people, you know, this is a big deal. Especially this many pigs and more to come. Hi, Nina. Nina has returned to her darling old self, like before she had her babies. She's become really sweet again and dropping for belly rubs, and she's just, you know, she's just returned to who she was before. It's really nice. We're bonding. Look at Portia. Portia and Dozer, they were, you know, their person before was just desperate to find somewhere safe. Like they really, same with Alfie, desperate to find somewhere safe for their piggies. Just, yeah, it's hard. Really, really hard. And there are so many pigs out there. Endless amounts of pigs out there need rehoming. And too many of them end up in the wrong place. Yeah, so we're very happy that we get to provide them a permanent home here. And also that today, of all days, you know, after having this terrible flooding and losing the paddock to be able to bring them here, you know, open up a new paddock for them and set them free. Like it feels so good. I don't know if you're picking up on the vibe here. Like we feel good, right? Like this is one of those happy dance, happy heart moments. Just
Yeah, I'm not dancing around. I'm a bit tired.
yeah, well, yeah. Okay, but inside you're dancing, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're just still waiting for Pumpkin and Harley to find their way out here. Harley's made it out. Look at the piglets. They're all like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" It's like a little show.
Hello, Harley boy.
Oh, he looks excited. Pumpkin was on her way out, but he literally like shoved her out of the way and went, "Move." I want to go out first. In true Harley fashion.
Pumpkin.
Seems like these guys have almost forgotten who each other are, so it's kind of like game on. Can you see this? This is Alfie and Knuckleberry Finn literally pacing the fence line, trying to figure out if there's a way to get at each other. They've been all the way up and now they're coming all the way back. John's nervous. We may need to run an offset electric to make sure these two don't end up in the same paddock together, you know? There's a lot of weight between both of them. I'm just chomping at the bit. Chomp, chomp, chomp. They really hate each other. Hence being in separate paddocks, you know? And always will be. I'm guessing they're probably going to do another lap up. Here we go. Oh my god. That's right. John's gone to get food, so that should distract him for a little bit. Yeah. I think it'll be fine because we only had ring lock over there before. We had an offset, but it's been turned off for ages and they've never busted through. They just like to call each other bad names through the fence and say, "I'm gonna mess you up. No, I'm gonna mess you up." No, everyone's gotten upset now. So this is winding down at the end of feed time. Sure did redirect everybody's attention. So no one cared who's on the other side of the fence right now. Hi. Pumpkin finally came out. So that's pretty cool. And now we just have to work out a better system of feeding it. It's Harley. He's hungry. Farmer John is not happy. It's being a big sook because he expected everything to be like, oh my god, it's going to be perfect, but there's some slight problems, right? One is feeding time, and that is just trying to get the food into the two different areas without everyone going completely feral. Looking at you, Nina. So yeah, we'll have to put up another post up here, like over there, just to heighten it, because Nina and Patrick can jump. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Feed the others, these guys are in a different spot. Yes.